Cheers, and welcome back to Cooking with MoWino. I know we've been on a little bit of a hiatus, but we've had technical difficulties, we've had real life work issues, and a lot of busy stuff going on, so we're getting back into the groove. I'm in my hallway, the foyer, with some Sangiovese, so chin chin. And I'm chose to open up the video here because I'm under the picture of my Spanish steps of the year we spent Christmas in Rome. And tonight's dinner is a Roman feast of one of my favorite things, lasagna. And I've got all the prep prepared before we start our layering of deliciousness. And you've seen the ingredient board, but I wanted to welcome you to MoWino headquarters with a little bit of Italian flair this evening. Cheers! Okay, my friends, we have our Mo's 3-pig sauce, and we have a ricotta mixture of spices. So let me just tell you a little bit about our 3-pig sauce. So normally, I usually make this sauce to go over pasta, but I wanted to make it a thick meat sauce for our lasagna. So what I did was, I cooked the ground pork, as you saw, and I took all of the sausage out of its casing and made a very thick sauce, and I ground up our pepperoni in the food processor, and I've let it simmer with wine and cheese and onions and peppers and mushrooms, so it's really yummy. So what we're going to do is, this is a half a cup, so we're going to start with a half a cup, and we're going to just smooth it out onto the bottom of our pan. Added a little extra there. We just basically want to moisten the bottom. I didn't know I was going to make lasagna tonight. My plan was to get fresh lasagna noodles from the market. So I have bought no bake, oven ready, no cook, pre-cooked lasagna noodles. Now, years ago, I made the mistake of buying lasagna noodles, had to boil them, cook them, and it's just really messy and pain. So if you can't buy fresh, I highly suggest making sure you get the oven ready, no cook, bake, regular. So if I'm lucky, we're not, I'm just going to break a little off so it fits my pan. So I'm putting one lasagna noodle, 2 lasagna noodles, and you don't need them to overlap, even though you have probably a sense to do that. And there we go. This way. That way, and there you go. So now we have it. So now I have my ricotta mixture, which is 16 ounces of ricotta cheese, whole milk, with a hefty tablespoon of chopped garlic, and then basil and oregano, mixed well, and then put in an egg. Now, I don't eat eggs, but my lovely family, Italiano friends in Atco, taught me this, that you have to put an egg in your ricotta to make it light and fluffy. So that's what we've done. So now I'm literally just going to plop on a good portion of cheese and just spread it out. I think we need even more. Don't want to be cheap on the cheese. Whoops. So just hold your noodles if you have to. Just spread out your ricotta. Now obviously it's going to spread even more as it heats up. So you're just kind of giving it a head start. Don't have to go to the edges because it's going to round out itself. So now we go to the yummy Moe's 3 pig sauce. I'm using a 1/2 cup ladle, if you will. So I can just kind of keep track of the proportions. So now I have 1 whole cup. And I'm going to go for a little more. So a little 1.5 cups maybe. There we go. Now I don't know if this is what you're supposed to do, but I then start my noodles going a different direction. Now, I have a feeling that real Italians don't do that, but just something I'm going to do. There we go. 3. Now we're going to plop on our ricotta. Now, normally I would say you want to try to get 3 layers, but depends on what you're doing, or your pan size and the ladle size. But some people only do a 2-layer lasagna. I'm going to shove in a third, 3 layers. Okay, so we have our 3 layers of Moe's 3 pig lasagna. Now I'm just going to put a generous layer of Romano cheese. You can use Parmesan, but Romano's got a little bit of a sharper taste to it, and I think that'll hold up well toward the sauce. So I'm just going to do that. And then we are going to put some sliced cheese. You could use shredded, but I have sliced, and that's what we're going to use. And remember, it's going to spread out, so it's okay, the little diamond, whatever I'm doing here. I'm going to fit in 1 more, just so we have lots of good cheesy covers up here. Okay. Little bit of olive oil, just sprinkle on top. And just for color, I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of basil, dried basil. And we have a very well-stuffed, delicious layers of lasagna. I'm going to put this in the oven for at least 45 minutes. We're going to check it. And probably for a full hour, maybe an hour and 15, because it's very dense. Cheers, my friends. Live life, taste life.